Hello, buddy. I am Creepybug, and I have something very nice indeed. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a 3x3 vault door. Tiny, compact, easy to make, all very nice. So you're going to want to start with the piston layout. And the pistons are going to look about like this. Then you can put that same thing on the other side. Just go 3 up. And then build across a little bit. Then go 3 up. Again, take all these blocks. Put it like that. Fold up to place piston up on top. 2 pistons up on the top, and just gonna get that all in there. Once you have this is the basic piston layout. You're going to want to make this all filled out like this. And then all you really have to do is fill this whole thing in place, and then make sure that you have a fully solid area. Now, the redstone's going to be pretty simple. Going to need some repeaters, plenty of observers, bit of redstone, and for your input device, you're going to have to use a button pulser that I have designed. So you're going to want to make sure there's a block under it, like this. Make sure you clear up plenty of space. This is pretty big. No matter what I do, I can't make it too small. Now, you have an observer here. What you want to do is take this out, this, and once it's at here on the redstone line, you're going to want to bring the redstone line around. Make sure that is a 4-tick repeater, and then just kind of set this whole thing up. Pretty simple. You don't even need half of this unless you're doing 2-input design. Now, you're going to want to take 3 observers up and actually no, it's 2 observers up because you want that. It depends on what design you're doing of this. So this is the survival friendly version, and you want to place it like that, going up. Now, you're going to want to make sure you have a block there and then redstone there, and then put a similar thing on the other side, but no observer. That's just one thing. It's kind of this works, and it is a spiral one. Just makes it more compact. It's a spiral, and it makes it look cool. So that's one thing. I'm trying to minimize the amount of observers when I was designing this. That was a little weird. That was funky. Don't know what happened there, but place an observer. And there's a few ways you can do this. You put an observer facing down, You saw how I just did that redstone bit with breaking it and placing it. That's a bit of shenanigans that you have to do. But it's okay. You don't really care that much about that. Now, this is the whole design completed. There's all sorts of things happening in my eyes right now. But once you have this basic setup, it's pretty good for this. And all you really have to do to make it function you can set it up with the lever. It's slightly different, but it's not very different. Now you're going to want to place this on each side if you want a simple button activation. Now you can place the button anywhere on here. You can even place redstone there, then a button on that block. There's a lot of options. You could even just kind of go with a simple redstone lamp design, like that, and then power the block above. This will activate it. And I'm going to go with that design because I think it looks pretty cool. Now I'm using what was actually a bug, but this will work on computer and console just fine. And if you're wondering, yes, you can place the buttons on the inside. The buttons just have to be on these blocks. And there, it's pointed out. And it'll work just fine. So, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I'll go ahead and decorate this thing so you can see how it might look in a hallway. Maybe able to make it look a bit better by decorating it. Maybe put 2 redstone lamps. And you can set up a whole nother side of this to make this completely symmetrical if you want. All you gotta do is have a button that will power a piston with the observer on it in that configuration on the side, and you can put one on the other side. And that's pretty much it for that bit. But you can, of course, make it look better by making symmetry on this and doing some shenanigans, but who cares? You make the input the way you want. Just run a redstone line from button into one of these pistons. Or you could have the piston one block down and run a lever into it, and that will do the same thing. Now, this is all you need for the design, with more inputs and symmetrical, so this is cool. Now you can press any one of these buttons. Theoretically, if you do it right, then any one of the buttons will work for this. I'll show you the way you would use a lever design. I'm going to place a lever on each side because why not? And for the lever, it's a bit more complex, but very simple indeed to do. Now, for each one with the lever, you want that piston and observer 1 block down and somehow run into a circuit. This is one way of doing it. For me, on console, well, there's a few problems with this, but you can even bump this up 1 block to make it work even better. and you don't have to change anything else about the design if you bump it up one block on the edge like this. And basically is really easy to do. Doesn't require much. And your redstone knowledge can be very limited, and you'll still know how to modify this. Now, I can do that, and then go around to the other side, do that, and it will still open, and then I could do that, and then I could do that. and it's just so good. And I can even change this up a little, or I don't want to take pulse into the system. I don't know why that didn't do anything.